Yeah, fair enough. Right, so we're ready to go? Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Don't clap for this game, please. Right, so at the start of the game you get to deploy your army in any way that you want. Basically, all we're going to do is put our army in the very forefront so that we can start getting to the enemy as quickly as possible. We have taken one of the smallest army sizes because it's just a lot quicker to do so. I can't really see what that label is. Archer. And move everyone else down here as well. And then let's go. So, the turn order in this game works by hours. So at the start of your turn you get your hand, and you get different cards to use. The numbers at the bottom of the cards refer to the orders, and you can give your units orders to move them. So I'm going to typically set up my army in a certain way, which gives me a bit of a good standing to start with. So I'm going to try and spread them out as much as possible, whereas making it so that I can actually target the enemy's forces when they're ready to go. So as soon as both players have passed, that's when a new hour rolls over and you get all your units back. Because you can see as a couple of my units are grayed out now because they've been used. Once you move a unit or attack with a unit, they become used. So there's a few cards that can prevent you from doing that, but I don't have any of this deck because I couldn't be bothered to grind up cards, to be honest with you.
What?
I don't want to play this game any more than I have to.
Why?
Stop making me.
I'm disappointed.
Fair enough. So all I'm doing right now is trying to get my units in a certain formation that gives me a decent kind of layout for when all the enemy units move up, so that I can get the best advantages and bonuses from them. Let's just give this order here so I can move some of my archers into position, because there's a lot of... You can manipulate this game in a certain way, but it's very hard to do so, and I've managed to get the same patterns to happen twice throughout playing this game, and that's out of a fair few games that I've played. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So all I'm doing here is, like I said before, is just moving all my units into a suitable position, which helps in the long run. So as soon as the main kind of gameplay / combat happens in the second to third hour, after all the units are in position. And because most of my units are in position, I'm going to pass now, so that as soon as player 2 passes, I get the first turn order next round, and I can start attacking before the enemy can.
What is happening? He's doing stuff.
I'm doing things with the cards. So at the end of every hour you get to discard what cards that you don't want, but at the start of the hour I just skip through that because it's a lot quicker to do so. Just giving a quick search through my cards here right now to see what I've got. I'm going to give my general +4 movement because it helps me out in the long run. So there's a lot of thinking on the fly when it comes to this game, because you've got to really think about what it is that you're doing and know off the bat what units have better advantages against enemy units. So you can see that on my screen, on the top window, I have kind of like a layout of what's happening when I target an enemy. That basically gives an overlay of how the outcome of a battle with them would be, which helps a lot, to be honest with you. That's going to be a poor, so I don't really want to do that yet. Trying to target my general. So, yep, that gives me excellent chance of doing a lot of damage. So it's all about optimizing how much damage you're doing and when and where you're doing it.
Played it switch. This is you.
Bottomless trap hole.
Yeah.
There we go. So the game mode that I'm playing in Skirmish is defeat the army, so I have to take out all of the enemy's units to win the game. And basically, like I said, it's all about optimizing your damage and how quickly you can find that damage. So basically all I'm trying to do here is hit the enemies enough so that I can either take them out in one hit or do enough damage that they become broken and run away. If they do become broken, they just run off into the map somewhere, and I either have to chase them down or just let them run away far enough that they go outside of the map. So it's actually a lot quicker to kill them because you can kill them on the spot. It's okay, it should be fine. So it's actually relatively good that he came to attack me, so that means I don't have to move to chase him down. And I've got a couple of units on the left here that can actually surround it and get more benefits from them, because when you can't push an enemy back after an attack, they take a lot more damage because they can't be moved. So flanking in this game is a really good damage dealer. I'll use spears first because they have a bit more damage. There are underlining figures in this game, hidden values, believe it or not, but I haven't looked into this game enough to know exactly what those figures are. So as you can see, because it can't be pushed back, it gets extra damage on top of it, which is very beneficial in the long run. Right, so because I have higher in attack and defense by going against this general face front, I'm just going to do that because I have the bonus in that, which will give me a little bit more damage. I could have taken the flanking position and gotten some damage on top of that, but it's actually less damaging to do so, because now that she's facing the wrong way, she's been pushed back into the wall. The next time I attack her and get another pushback, she won't be able to move, and I'll get the extra can't push back damage on top of that. I keep forgetting how many orders that I get to move around my units. So I'm constantly tapping around the screen trying to figure out if I can actually move anybody else rather than just skipping my turn. That's fine.
So, which card game do you prefer? Yu-Gi-Oh or Battle of Persia?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Not even a question.
Oh, okay.
This game isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be when I originally started playing it, but that doesn't make it a good game either. Let's see who else I can move. No, that's bad. I need to move some of my archers up actually, so I'm going to move him up to here to get rid of this unit, and then I can start moving the rest of my units down. Kick him in the face. Always a good way to finish a fight. Right, I'm probably going to take a lot of damage on this archer here, but because I need them in a better position, I'm just going to move down here and actually do a little bit of chip DPS. It's not going to be a lot, but at the same time, any DPS helps, especially with archers. They are better at range, but because they were just out of my targeting range, I had to move them anyway. but this works just as well. Give orders. So basically all I can do now is just move the rest of my units, move them into position so that they can surround the remaining of the enemy forces. You'll see that when I attack enemies, I get an icon called stats down. Basically, enemy values work in tiers. So they have 3 tiers to start with, and the more damage you do to them, the lower the tiers get. And once they go down a tier, they lose certain values like attack, base defense, and base armor. So the more chip damage you can do to them at the start, the more damage you can do to them overall. So even like your weaker units can defeat even the strongest units once they're down to the 3rd tier. So straight away, if I can target this damn thing, I'm going to try and get a knockback on this guy because I have a unit behind him, so that will do extra damage if I can get the knockback, which should hopefully work. If it doesn't, that's okay. I got stats down, so that's not too bad. I'll take that. I'm going to move my general up so I can get a lot more DPS in on these guys, because these guys can target multiple enemies at the same time. If they were to hit any of my units from range, they do additional damage to any unit that's around it, so I'd rather get rid of this guy quickly. And that's what a broken unit looks like, so now they're going to try and bugger off out the map. Trying to find out which is the best to attack here. Ah, come on. Yeah, we'll do this. All my options are fair at the minute, which is fine.
Oh, it's fair.
One of these days, Eraser, you're going to get what's coming to you. First of all, you start me on Wingscut, but now you got me on this.
I mean, yeah.
Is that all you have to say for yourself? So this should break this unit, in theory. Oh, okay, maybe not. God damn it. I was hoping that would break it.
Give me back my body.
I haven't played enough of this game to know exactly when they break. I've got a base idea of it, but not so much so that I know exactly when they're going to break. They can even resist breaking, which is annoying when that happens, because you've done so much damage to them that you should have killed them in the first place, and they've resisted it.
I think when they go broken after 1 turn,
I think it's if you do a certain percentage of the HP in one hit. I think that's how it works.
like I have to only have like 1 turn.
The good news is he's attacking me as well, which is giving me a lot of free opportunities just to attack, which is nice. I like it. I like when they do stuff like that. Right, this could kill potentially. I hope it does, because then I can focus the rest of it on the 2 units that are left. No, 3 units. Their general should still be alive. I forgot about that general for a second. So this will kill, because it's a broken unit, but it just means that if they don't go straight out on the map and they bugger off to the left, right, or up, it means that I don't have to chase them down at all, which is more faster. Furiously tapping the screen.
Excuse me.
Yo.
Okay, that's it.
We're good?
Yeah, yeah. No worries.
Why did it go to
So now, all I've got is a couple of moves left, so I'm just going to move that archer into position so I can do some chip damage to these two.
So Grizz, can you swipe the touchpad every 15 minutes?
So swipe the touchpad every 15 minutes. Hopefully it won't take another 15 minutes to kill another 2 units.
I'll just finish your run before 15 minutes.
Or that, yeah. That works as well.
Yeah. I originally submitted this estimate under the impression that I had no idea what I was doing with this game, basically. So I submitted it at 40 minutes. However, I had a practice this morning with this game. Believe it or not, that's actually worth doing. And I got a 24-minute run. I think it was 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
So-
easy. But I mean, you're not using the print, so does that count?
Yes, it does. Yeah, because Prince is weak.
You are weak.
Exactly. That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah, true. Whoa.
Yep, screw that. I'm just going to use an archer to deal with that, because then I can use a heavy spear to go on the general.
The actual strategy.
If there's any glitches in this game.
Not that I found.
Yes, there is.
There is.
Yeah. Launching the game. Like, seriously. But yeah, no, there is load. At least there is load, but I know. I can't talk. This is terrible.
Sean says if you turn the gamepad 7 times on the left. Have you tried that?
No.
I don't know.
Well, maybe you should try turning the gamepad 7 times on left. Maybe you'll like skip something.
So the reason I haven't been using my general as much is for the final battle between the two generals, because the longer that I keep my general in like the 3rd tier, the top tier, the more damage output he can do as soon as the enemy's general goes down a tier, which is what I was hoping for with that initial chip damage. Because now that I've done that, I can just continuously stun them. I need one of them, I'm sure. I'm looking for a certain card that I thought I had, but apparently I don't, which sucks. So I'm just gonna have to see what I can do here.
At this point, this is bullying.
Of course, that's how you win the game. So you bully the enemy into defeat.
Yeah, but she doesn't care. She's still alive.
She's still alive for now. Another thing you can do is break the enemy's gate, which is a bit pointless in this run, to be honest with you. I was hoping I had my guy as well a bit further. So I'm just going to move him over here just in case. I won't even need him. I know that for a fact. Because all I can do here is, because the enemy's stunned, I'm just going to pass my turn to get my units back.
I already sent him the chewing cake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you know it will just be like
And
the
then-
sound and stuff. But I guess we
Oh,
can.
I don't really need to do that, because I don't need to discard
Yeah.
any cards.
Yeah, should be good.
Because the enemy's stunned, they don't get a turn at all, so I can just start my turn, give an order, and attack straight away.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter, I just need a little bit of extra chip damage. Oh, I got no damage, that's fun. Oh well, let's see if my general can kill. No.
What the
Ah,
fuck?
come on.
She like invincible or what?
No, I think she's got 1 health left though. I actually think she is just on 1 health.
Here's what this run means. Positive vibes.
Yes, she had 1 health.
1 HP.
Health.
HP.
Health.
HP.
If you say so. Right, so that's the entire enemy army defeated, but time comes up when you've seen the you win screen. So as soon as I see that, that'll be time. And there you go, time. And that is Battles of Prince of Persia. A terrible, yes, it is world record because there is only one active runner of this game, and that is me. If you want to play this game, don't. Yeah, so we'll go over to intermission before we go to Warrior Within, I think it is, with Soundman, right? Right, no worries. See you guys later.
And we will probably watch something as well.